Greetings, everyone. This is Tiffany Martinez. I hope you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. I wanted to make this video, and whatever the title says is what the video will be about. Um, I just finished writing a letter to my aunt who recently lost her husband, my uncle, and I don't have to tell her like cliches or things that someone who's never gone through it to actually go through it. So I don't have to tell her things like, "Oh, I can't imagine how you feel," and things of the sort. Anything after the word "you have my condolences" is kind of irrelevant. This is coming from me. It's coming from personal experiences. So I'm writing her this letter, and I actually started writing it yesterday, and I didn't really know what I wanted to tell her, so I'm kind of giving her some of the things that were told to me outside of "I can't imagine what you're going through," because like I said, I can imagine what you're going through because I'm still going through it. November 30th, 2021, that date will be forever embedded into my vessel. Along with November 4th, 2022, a year later, first I lost my husband, and second I lost my mother. And to say that verbally, even today, it still has my soul pretty shook, because even though they're gone from the physical and I don't see them in the physical, I see them in spirit, and that's how I still communicate with them, and that's what also keeps me going. There's several things that keep me going, but those two things are very strong, which is very good. And I just shared some of the things, like I said, that I didn't really want to accept in the beginning. And this is not, I'm nowhere near the end of this, but I didn't really want to hear it because all I wanted was my husband. That's it. That's it. Like nothing else mattered. Nothing. So right when I thought I was going to be able to recover at that time, and I was trying to explain this to my mother, because I know that's what she instilled in me from a very small age. Is basically you get up, you dust yourself off, and you find another door. You don't just sit in this, basically. But when you lose everything that meant so much to you, it is very hard to find another door to walk through, basically a new beginning. I guess this will be the first time I'm verbally saying this out loud, because it took me a minute to accept it, I guess, and acknowledge it. I know I've said this part, but for like 3 years, I didn't do nothing. Like after Henry transitioned, I didn't do nothing. I didn't care about nothing, and I wasn't going to be about nothing. I literally just wanted to transition myself. That's just real talk. That doesn't mean that I'm suicidal, nor have I ever been, but at the same time, I wouldn't prevent it. If something ever happened, I wouldn't prevent it, if that makes sense. I wouldn't, like, how they show you, like, oh, on television, that you have to fight for your life if you want to live. Well, that's what I mean. I wouldn't make that extra effort, so much so that I'm still getting my final affairs in order. Meaning, the DNR will take place. There will be no heroic measures to save my vessel when it's time, when it's my time. I'm not going to allow that to happen. And I have someone that I entrust literally with everything that I have already assigned to this position, basically. And so I was recently told, not 2024, but probably in 2023, so sometime last year, that I was actively dying. And and on some level, I was happy about that. Like, I have to be real. I have to keep it real with things that come out of my mouth, because only I can speak for myself. Only Tiffany can speak for me. So whenever my day does finally come, or whatever the case is, no one can say, oh, this, that, and the other. They can only refer to things that they have heard me say. And it won't be just a bunch of basically little chickens sitting around, just cluckering their lips or whatever. And just to go on with her in this video, that this is what I was trying to explain to my aunt, because I'm here, I'm where she is. The only thing is today, not today, just in the present. Like, it wasn't until like 3, maybe 4 months ago I actually started to care about anything. Like, I wasn't feeling anything. Like, my humanity switch was broken. It was beyond repair. Like, I just didn't want to do anything, and that's just facts, and but then, if you ever heard this song by Andrea Day, or Andrea, however you want to pronounce it, she sings a song called No Way Out. And if you really listen to the lyrics and ignore what it's connected to, because everyone knows I'm not a fan of anybody's church or anything like that. If you just listen to the words, the lyrics, or read them, then you will understand where I'm coming from and the way I'm interpreting this song. So, like I said, it wasn't until probably around that same time, because I've been trying to make sense of my husband's transition from the gate, like just the whole thing. I haven't said everything about his transition, but the whole point is, I've been trying to make sense of this, because the unfairness is real. Like, it's absolutely real. So, and it's something, I can't really quote it right offhand, but basically the song says that, with mercy, I feel like, I'm granting myself mercy at this time. If you hear the song, you'll understand. I'm granting myself mercy because for nearly 3 years, I have punished myself, tortured myself, mentally and physically and emotionally, every aspect of the word, just because I didn't want to live without my husband. But the bright side of this entire darkness is, my husband never left me. He's always with me. He walks with me. The same thing with my mother and all of our ancestors in general. They all walk with us. So he's not here in the physical, and he definitely wouldn't want me going through what I'm going through. And for that, I'm going to say, I forgive my husband and I forgive my mother for both transitioning, and I don't want my absolute favorite aunt to sit in this, because at the end of the day, you're only hurting yourself. You're only torturing yourself for something that was already decided long ago, like long ago. So, and I'm going to just include this in the video, and then I'm going to end it. For anyone that is taking the time to see this, especially if you are connected with me, basically through blood, if you have wronged me on any level, I forgive you. I absolutely forgive you, because I'm not going to carry I'm not going to carry that misdirected anger inside of me. I'm not going to do that. But in the same breath, we are still done. I forgive you, but we are done. I have a sibling that I haven't spoken a word to her verbally since around June 2012. Yeah, 2012. And I got a text message from her, and she decided, of all days, to message me on the day that my husband, that he died. She waited that long. Like, she could have tried to make amends years ago, like several years ago, but she didn't. She waited until that day to slither into my text box. So I'm gonna tell whoever, like I say, if we got beef, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told her. I forgive you, but we are done. That's it. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you for whoever that may be seeing this that's actually grieving, or they have experienced a tremendous loss in your life, whether if it's your spouse, one of your parents, both of your parents, a child, anything. Like, detox your mind, body, and soul, even if that means you having to walk away from people who are literally toxic. And you don't have to feel guilty about that. I'm going to move through my life just like I used to when my husband was here, that I am going to just continue moving forward and without them. And I'm okay with standing alone in this. I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, perfectly fine. I have plenty of people who love me back, who genuinely love me back. And I'm not going to worry about those who are basically just the way they are. I'm not going to say anything else on that. So, again, I'm just making this video for myself, because I do go back and listen to some of my videos from the past, and I have become very inspired by my business videos because I was on fire, and that's a beautiful thing. And that's one of the things that my husband absolutely adored about me, is that when I'm passionate about something, I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to make sure it happens. Ashe.